Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Culture Confederacy here. It is Friday. Pipe and coffee in hand as always. So what do you want to talk about? Migrants? Don Lemon getting schooled on slavery? And I've got a new nickname for Don Lemon. The Squeeze. Because his last name is Lemon and he's adored by gay men. Which leads me to today's story, another queer news update, ladies and gentlemen. Queer news update. And this is at Fox News. Air Force Academy promotes fellowship that bans cisgender men. This program isn't for you if you happen to be cisgender. Now, cisgender means that it's basically the sex you identify with, that you were assigned at birth, and you're attracted to the opposite sex. In other words, this bans straight people. It says here, eligible applicants must be cisgender women, transgender women, non-binary, agender, bigender, two-spirit, demigender. I've never heard of agender and demigender. Gender fluid or gender queer. What about trans black? What about trans, non-binary, non-sexual, asexual, transitioning? There's a category for you. Now, this is an article by Jessica Chasmar, or is it Chasmar? Last name is Chasmar. This came out today. It says here, and this is another one-take video, by the way, so it is what it is. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. I don't feel like being perfect today. I mean, you can call this channel what you want. United States Air Force Academy, USAFA, in Colorado is encouraging cadets to apply for a fellowship program, quote, for gender minorities that specifies cisgender men need not apply. The Academy sent an email on September 14th informing cadets that the 2023 application for the Brooke Owens Fellowship for, quote, undergraduate women and gender minorities interested in aerospace is due by October 10th. The application on the fellowship's website said if you are a cisgender man, this program isn't for you. So men are not allowed. This Air Force Academy just didn't come out and say men aren't allowed. We want women only. But what if I'm an asexual trans man? And what if I'm a non-trans man, semi-demi gender, agender, gender fluid individual? I'm making this up as I go along, can you tell? But this just goes to show you the insanity of these people. They're just not happy with their own life. That's what it comes down to. In its simplest terms, they're not happy with their own life. Envious of everybody else. They've screwed up their lives royally, so they want to be a pain in the ass to everybody else and say, I'm transgender, I'm trans fluid, I'm transmission fluid. There you should go. There you should go. So I told you it's one take video. That's what we should do. We should just go into these places and say, hey, I'm transmission fluid. There you go. I'm a transmission. Accept me. You need me in the Air Force. I'm a transmission. And as I mentioned in the first part of the article here, if you are a cisgender woman, transgender woman, non-binary, agender, bigender, two-spirit, demigender, gender fluid, gender queer, or another form of gender minority, this program is for you. The application states, if you are a cisgender man, this program isn't for you, but we encourage you to check out our spin-off programs, the Patty Grace Smith Fellowship and the Matthew Isakwitz Fellowship Program. Isakwitz. Isakwitz. Oh, but wait till you hear what this is about. You think that if you're a white male, you can go to this? No, 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 no. You got to be a black male to go to these particular fellowships that they have assigned for you. See how inclusive these people are? And the USAFA's email said the Brooke Owens Fellowship is a 9-week paid internship at a leading aerospace company, and that any undergraduate who is a woman or gender minority is welcome to apply. Another 9-week paid internship mentioned in the email, the Patty Grace Smith Fellowship, is only available for black cadets pursuing aerospace careers. So I stand corrected here. But this is so confusing. Could you please just come out and say, this is for LGBTQ, plus whatever you want to call yourself. And then we've got the program for straight people. And we've got the program for the undecided. And we've got programs for transmission fluid. There you go. I'm a trans black, transmission fluid, semi-gender, non-conforming, non-binary, apolitical, asexual, non-offending male. I mean unmale. I don't know what I am, but I'm just me. There you go. Just say, I'm just me. I'm trans me. Trans me. There you go. Transmission, transmit. It's all in between. Everything's in between. Fox News Digital obtained the email from a concerned cadet who requested anonymity in order to avoid retaliatory measures, professional repercussions. The cadet alleged that the USAFA is hyper-focused on diversity and inclusion, known as D&I. Sounds so special, D&I. It's like R&D, research and development, or R&R, rest and relaxation. Instead of the military threats the country faces. Thank you, somebody's finally saying the truth. Shouldn't we be focused on protecting the country? Or maybe it might be a good idea for all the states to just do their own thing and do what's in the best interest of your state, and as a collective whole, we have a better country because we protect the country. We're not infiltrating the military, whatever branch it is, with all these absurd policies. And I'm all for inclusion. I'm all for, being accepting of other people. But when it interferes with the day-to-day operations of what needs to get done to protect the country, or let's say run a business, when I'm working on a piece of music, well, I've got to talk about this character. What is Doug Danger? I know I refer to Phil Hendry a lot, but this character, you got to go hear these skits with Phil Hendry, with Doug Danger. I'm a gay man and a gay journalist. Every 2 seconds, he reminds you in these skits that Phil Hendry does, I'm a gay man and I'm a gay journalist. And the callers, it's just so funny to hear these callers. I know you told me like 20 times in this phone call that you're a gay man and a gay journalist. You got to go check out those. They're funny. Like I said, today is just a fun day. It is what it is. I'm having a good time here, enjoying some coffee. Funny story is, I didn't get to bed till late last night, like at 5 a.m, and then I was up 45 minutes later. Now go figure that out. Then I ran down to the store, came back, lay down for a little bit, got back up, made some coffee. Well, actually, I had the coffee brew when I was laying down. But I'm wide awake. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a change in the weather. Maybe that's what it could be. Don't have to have the air conditioner on. I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. Now, getting back to the article, it's a little worrying that we have more briefs about D&I than briefs about foreign adversaries, and I'm sure there's plenty of male briefs or non-binary gender briefs, agender briefs in the Air Force with these uniforms, right? I'm a non-cup. There you go. For baseball. No, I'm trans cup. Non-cup, trans cup, A cup. Non-jockstrap. Whoops, I was a slip of the tongue there. Okay, so it's a little worrying about we have more briefs about D&I than briefs about foreign adversaries, emerging technologies, or current events across the world, the cadets said. Fox News Digital reported Thursday that D&I training by the USAFA instructs cadets to use words that include all genders except straight, except male, and to refrain from saying things like mom and dad. Mom and dad. I would hate to be these people's mom and dad. I'm just saying. I'd be like, son, I love you. Daughter, I love you, but you got some problems. You need to get some counseling. I'll help you to a certain extent, but you got to make it on your own, kid. This whole business of being agender, bigender, gender fluid, transmission fluid, it ain't going to fly very long. Yeah, go into a job interview and tell somebody that you're transmission fluid, that you're non-binary, when what your job is to make widgets. How does being non-binary or transmission fluid, transgender, how does that apply to making widgets? It doesn't. Whatever happened to who does the best job wins? Oh, no, this is great. Listen to this. The slide presentation titled Diversity and Inclusion, What It Is, Why We Care, and What We Can Do, provided to Fox News. Diversity and inclusion. You mean to tell me you've got to explain what diversity is and inclusion? These people have no clue, and yet they claim to be all these different parts of the rainbow alphabet, and they believe in diversity, and you got to teach them what diversity is when they claim to be diverse in the first place? Wow. Wow, we are in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen, serious trouble. What it is, why we care, and what we can do. Well, I can tell you what you can do with all this, but I try to keep this family show. Provided to Fox News Digital by Representative Mike Waltz, representative of Florida, advises cadets to use, quote, person-centered and gender-neutral language when describing individuals. Yes, because we want to be like NPR. This Air Force Academy has become like NPR. Non-offensive, scripted, soothing. And somebody just slammed the door. They're just as mad about this as I am. You and I are. It's being done in real time, folks. Some families are headed by single parents, grandparents, foster parents, two moms, two dads, etc. Consider parent or caregiver instead of mom and dad. The presentation states, use words that include all genders, folks or y'all instead of guys, partners. Oh, so now they're going to identify with the South, because that's what we say in the South, is y'all. Hey, folks, y'all. Y'all come back now. Partner versus boyfriend or girlfriend. Back in the day, there was a code for rich men who had a male lover, and it was called a male companion. Seen all the time in films back in the day, but that's what they called it, was a male companion. Not colorblind or I don't see color, but color conscious. Okay, so this is so contradictory. Okay, you're not supposed to be using the term colorblind. You're not supposed to say I don't see color, but color conscious. Well, how can you be color conscious if you're not supposed to see color to begin with? If you're supposed to be inclusive. Am I missing something here? Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Let me read this again. Not colorblind or I don't see color, but color conscious. Color conscious. We see color patterns and value people for their uniqueness. Oh, now this is funny. So I don't know what this ad has to do with, but it's on this Fox News show. They got some psycho-looking kid, and it says, and I swear to you here, 30 most dangerous kids in the world. 30 most dangerous kids in the world. Wow. And this is in this Fox News article. Sounds like a dig to me at this Air Force Academy. Waltz, a Green Beret and Afghan war veteran, pointed out during an interview with Fox News Digital on Wednesday that, quote, it's been a tradition in the military to get letters from mom and dad or your boyfriend and girlfriend for as long as there's been a military. Quote, we're instructing every cadet entering the Air Force not to say mom and dad, not to say boyfriend or girlfriend, and this kind of drive towards gender neutrality, he said. I think the Air Force should be worried about the macroaggressions against America that are happening all over the world. People just need to speak the truth. Just like what happened with Don Lemon when he got schooled about what happened with slavery, that you had Africans selling other Africans into slavery. And good luck to you if you were white and you got captured by, let's say, Muslim pirates on the high seas, because you would be sold into slavery. You would be sold into slavery. And there was an old saying, it's better to go west than east, because you have the Atlantic slave trade, you have the trans-Saharan slave trade. You were treated far worse with the trans-Saharan slave trade, or in that part of the world, than you would be if you were in the West, let's say in the Caribbean. Not downplaying the atrocities of slavery here, but that was what the saying was at the time. Go west, not east. There was actually an opera by the composer Arriaga, Spanish composer. They call him the Spanish Mozart, called The Happy Slaves. And it was about this white Spanish couple, that get captured as slaves and then they get reunited at the end of the opera. Called The Happy Slaves. Really good music, by the way. Well, we can't listen to it because it's got the word slave in it. Well, you applauded 12 Years a Slave because it had the word slave in it. Don't want to go too far afield here. So getting back again to the article, the USAFA also offers, quote, a cadet wing diversity and inclusion program where graduates are given a purple rope to wear across their left shoulder, symbolizing their position as a diversity representative. I'm surprised they didn't give them the velvet rope, Janet Jackson, so that they can advise students on diversity according to a press release. And on it goes. So you can go check out this article at Fox News. Don't want to take too long. We're getting to almost 18 minutes in the video here. So now we have an Air Force Academy, in Colorado that is banning cisgender men. So no men, basically no men allowed. This is by Jessica, again, Casimir, last name Chasmar, came out today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, or find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. Start a burp on my coffee here, pardon me. As I said, a one-take video. It is what it is. I'm having fun today. I don't care. You like the video, fine. You hate it, fine. But I hope y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy the nice weather if you're having some nice weather where you're at. And I'll catch you next week. Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country. And that's it for now.